Hey, what's going on, guys? Coming at you with a deck profile update on my Jingburn. So I actually took this to my locals last night and actually got to play in a tournament for the first time in a pretty long while. I was actually pretty happy with how it performed. I only ended up losing to Cosmo, mostly because of Game 2 and Game 3, Decree that I just couldn't get over. I sided pretty well for Royal Decree and Denko Seka, but he had some lucky hits and I just didn't have enough answers, and he had multiple Decrees, so not a whole lot you can do there. Plus, he was a good Cosmo player, so I'm not really upset about that. So I'll show you the build. I actually changed up the build a little bit since last night, kind of tweaking towards some of the mistakes I made from last night. So I feel like this should be a pretty good finalized build. I went away from the Inzektor sideboard that I showed you guys with the last profile and went more towards a sideboard that tries to get rid of Denko Seka, Royal Decree, Wiretap, Telenova Alpha, things like that give the deck a problem. So starting off with the monsters, we have the 2 Lava Golem, the free Battle Fader, the free Card-Cardee, and the 2 Maxi. Interestingly enough, I actually sided out Maxi against Cosmo because really at best, unless they're going to OTK you, you're really only getting one draw off of it. So it doesn't really do you a whole lot, to be honest, other than just blowing up your chains. But against a lot of other matchups like Pepe, Burning Abyss, Stellar Knights, it's really good, obviously. So now for spells. Starting off, we of course have the 2 Chain Strike, the triple Pod Duality, and then finally the 1 day apiece. I was playing around with a Scapegoat in here last night. It did okay, but I just wanted to make some room for some more burn cards in the main, and also had to kind of take something out of the side to make room for more cards. So I did decide to cut the Scapegoat, since some of my burn cards in here also do facilitate some stalling, so I figure I can deal without the Scapegoat. So now for the traps. Starting off, we have the free Accumulated Fortune, the free Just Desserts, free Reckless Greed, the 2 Blazing Mirror Force, and 2 Dimension Wall. I had actually sided Dimension Wall last night, and I decided to put it back in the main just because I wanted a little bit more burn power. Basically, the games I lost last night, I felt like I was just a little bit short as far as burn was concerned, and these 2 cards are really the cards that are probably going to get you the most burn, especially in matchups like Cosmo that can just put on big monsters. So I decided to put back in the Dimension Wall, and it also gave me some room, extra room in the side deck. The 2 Ojama Trio, 2 Secret Barrel, 2 Threatening Roar, 2 Oboku. Probably the MVP card from last night, the 1 Balanced Judgment. I actually pulled this off every single game against the Stellar Knight player I played, game 1, 2, and 3, and they got me at least 4 cards every time, so it was pretty busted. It almost made me consider going to 2 or 3, but it's a card that's dead a lot of other times, especially in a matchup like Cosmo that really don't put a lot of cards on board. The 1 Ring of Destruction, and then finally the 1 Secret Blast. I had to cut Secret Blast down from 2 to 1 from last night's build to make room for Dimension Walls in the main. So that was it for the main deck. Total of 40 cards, 10 monsters, 6 spells, and 24 traps. Now on to the side deck. So starting off, we have the 2 Fire Hand and 2 Ice Hand. This is good because Fire Hand, of course, helps you deal with things like Jinzo and Denko Seka. Ice Hand's good for Royal Decree and Wiretap and things like that. And they also facilitate some more stall. And potentially, if you're in an emergency situation and you have multiples of these, you could go into a rank 4 if you needed to, even though that's very unlikely. Then we have the 1 Raikou. Raikou is really good because it can deal with any of those cards that give the deck a problem, since it can destroy just 1 card on the field, and it's a flip effect, so it's something that the opponent usually won't see coming. Then we have the free MST for dealing with Decree, of course. The 1 Dark Hole and 1 Raigeki to clear boards, of annoying monsters like Jinzo, Denko Seka, Naturia Barkion, things like that. Then something new for the side deck is I have a 2 Chaos Trap Hole. I pretty much didn't want to do like any kind of counter traps in the side deck because it kind of goes against the deck's strategy. I was playing Valor last night, but I found that Valor really doesn't do a whole lot for you. It just really gives you that negation for a turn to hopefully stall enough time to get over Denko. So I'd rather just get rid of Denko right away, or in a Cosmo matchup, get rid of Farm Girl right away, just stop the momentum, give yourself a turn. So that's why I wanted to do the Chaos Trap Hole. And I mean, especially if you play in a back row full of 4 or 5 cards, it's not really hurting you that much to lose one of them, and it's probably not going to get hit off of like a blind MST. So That's why I do like the Chaos Trap Hole. Then we have the 2 Fairy Wind, but it is potentially another answer for Royal Decree and also good against those Floodgate heavy decks. And then finally the 1 Solemn Warning for the same reason as Chaos Trap Hole. So now for the extra deck, which is pretty irrelevant for the most part, but I just decided to throw some things in here. We have Gaichi Guntetsu for a rank 2, since we do have a good bit of level 2s. For 4s, we have Abyss Dweller, Karen Gorgon, Castel, Dark Rebellion, Diamond Dire Wolf, Cowboy, Samurai, Gem Knight Pearl, 101, 103, Black Ship, Rhapsody, and then finally the combo of Ptolemaeus and Diamond. So now I'll wrap it up with the token deck. I actually do now have a full 15 card token deck full of all foil token cards, some of which are cards I actually picked up from the Yugi's Legendary Decks collection. So starting off here, we have, where's the other one at? The 4 Scapegoat tokens for Scapegoat, of course, along with the 2 Stray Lambs. Then we have the free character tokens here with Yugi, Merrick, and Yusei. Then we have the free Duelist Kingdom cards that came from Yugi's Legendary Decks. Here, the Set Sail for the Kingdom, Duelist Kingdom, and Glory of the King's Hand. And then finally, we have the free original Egyptian Gods, also from Yugi's Legendary Decks. So that is it for my deck profile update on Chainburn, guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And when it comes to ads, don't skip it, just click it. And I'll catch you guys next time.